Morning everybody, it's Donna. Today is Sunday, March 31st. It's the last day of celebration, so make sure you get your orders in today in order to qualify for any of the free items. Any orders over $60, or actually for every $60 you get to pick an item from the celebration catalog. And as it is ending today, today is an awesome time to join my team. For $135, you will get $225 worth of product, which is $60 more than normal. So after today, if you decide to join, you'll get $165 instead of $225. I'm just mentioning that because it's an awesome time to join. I mean, you might as well get the most you can, most bang for your buck. Okay, so today I'm actually going to show you these cute little bands for Smartie containers. I gave these out or handed them out during my Sweet and Simple class that I held yesterday. And as someone said, they're nice, bright, cheerful, spring type colors, great for Easter. So I'm going to show you how I made those today. This stamp set we're using is from the Occasions catalog. The Occasion catalog doesn't end till June 3rd, I believe it is. So you still have lots of opportunity to purchase from here. It is from we're using the stamp set from the How Sweet It Is Sweet. We're also using the Designer Series paper, or some of the Designer Series paper from there. We're going to be using some gorgeous grape cardstock. And of course we're using the stamp in the dies. Right now, during this catalog, if you purchase the two together, the stamps and the dies together, you save 10% on that. We're also going to use some Memento ink. We're going to use gorgeous grape stamp pad. Of the Designer Series paper, I pulled out this sheet here that has that on the one side, and then the jars. These actually, the dies actually fit on top of these, so you can simply take the dies and lay them on top and run them through your Big Shot machine, and they will cut them out perfectly. And that's exactly what I did for the tall, skinny one. I just ran it through and cut it out. I also used a couple of these little candies without stamping. I stamped them out on I cut them out using a couple of these little tiny dies that create the little candies. And I cut them out of, I did these a while back. These are just extras. I think this was Pineapple Punch, and that's probably the matching Design Series paper for Pineapple Punch. We're just going to use that to decorate it. We used this outline label. I stamped it in black with Memento ink onto a piece of white. I cut it out with the die, and then I stamped Sweets for You, which is right there, in gorgeous grape. So what you end up with is something that looks like that once you've die cut it out. Okay. For the band itself, I used a strip of gorgeous grape. This strip measures 7 inches by 2 inches. And then I cut another piece of the Designer Series paper, which is slightly smaller. It is going to be 7 inches by 1 3/4, and that's what I took it from. And it has the pink on the other side. It's so bright and cheerful and vibrant. It's so lovely. So all in all, not a lot of things you need for this one. We're going to start by attaching the pattern paper to the gorgeous grape. I'm going to use glue because I think glue would be a little bit stronger, and it gives me just those few extra seconds to wiggle it around enough so that I know it's even and straight, or as straight as I can get it to be. Normally when I'm working, I usually put just like a block or something on there, just hold it down, but we don't really have luxury of time. Now you're just going to do some scoring. You don't have to. Some people just, when you're making these types of things, you can just fold it over and crease it with your fingers. I'm not. I'm actually going to score that board because I did the measurements for that. It just made it a little bit easier. I am scoring from the cardstock side. And we're going to score at 1.5. I don't know if you can quite see that because I don't have a lot of room here. 1.5 and 2 3/8. And then I'm going to flip it around and do that same scoring on the other side. So 1 1/2 and 2 3/8. Okay. And now I'm going to fold where I just finished scoring. On the inside, on one piece, I'm going to put some tear and tape. Tear and tape's pretty strong, so I think that will work better than snail adhesive, and won't be as messy as glue, and it'll grab instantly. There we go. It's nice and snug, but not too snug. If your Smartie containers don't, these Smarties I think are 3/4 of an inch wide by about 1, 2, 3, 4 inches long, just over 4 inches long. So if your Smarties are different size, you'd have to change them, but I think they're pretty standard. These I just got from our local dollar store. Okay, and then we have to decorate it. I am just going to use a little bit of glue for this. And put that right on top. I didn't cut this one out really great, but I'm going to attach one of these candies flat against the label part, but then I'm going to pop up the other one. The glue hasn't set yet. And I need some dimensionals. There, and that's popped up in this one as well. The little candy jar, we will pop it up as well. I don't really mean to do it quite like that, but I found the other candy jars that they had were a little bit too wide for this purpose, and it was going off a little bit too much, and I want it to stay on the actual band. Kind of covered it up a little bit, but and there we have it. And actually I need to put something sparkly on it. What do I have that's sparkly? Alright, these look pretty good. Find a pick tool here. I think we'll put a couple of these little dots. Yep, perfect. And there we have it, a cute little band for a Smartie box using the Sweetest Thing stamp set, all from the How Sweet It Is suite from the Occasions catalog, which will be running until June 3rd, I believe it is. Let me just check that, make sure it's right. Yes, it runs until June 3rd, 2019, so if you're interested in any of those items that I showed you today, please hop on over to my online store at www.dragonfliescreations.stampinup.net. today's celebration ends. As I said before, it ends today. So if you're interested in purchasing anything, I would do it today so that you can get the freebie if your order is over $60 out of the celebration catalog. Okay, I hope everybody has an awesome Sunday, and we'll catch you next time.